The 7 things people get wrong about the paleo diet. Now, of all the diets out there, of all of them, the paleo diet is the #1 Google diet around the world for 2 years in a row. And countless people are changing their bodies. That's why they're searching for it. For example, I'll just throw a couple up here. Literally, just pull these off the web. We have changes from this to this. We've got tons more folks bragging about how they've changed their bodies from using this diet. In fact, there's so many that I can go on and on and on and on, but I'm not going to, because despite all the Googling out there, there's still a lot of misinformation about this diet. For example, the idea that you have to eat hunks of meat to be on it. Well, I'm going to clear that up today. I want to clear up the misconceptions so you can make the paleo diet work for you and get those results I just showed you. So here's Set the Record Straight are the paleo gurus and co-authors of the Whole30, Dallas and Melissa Hartwig. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. Dallas, I see the amazing results that folks are posting, but there's still a ton of misperceptions about this paleo diet. Why do you think that's so?
Well, there's no one person or one organization that sort of defines what paleo is. So there's a lot of different sort of interpretations of that. But the other thing is that there's also a large degree of variability person to person. So different diets work better for different people, even within a paleo framework.
So Melissa, who is the diet for?
So a lot of doctors use the paleo-style diet to treat things like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, but you don't have to be sick to benefit. If you just want more energy, better sleep, fewer cravings, or weight loss, a paleo diet is for you.
All right, so we're going to start off with the biggest misconception. I just mentioned it a second earlier about these hunks of meat, because you don't actually have to have excessive amounts of meat on this diet. And if I'm going to show you on this table, go ahead, you can walk ahead of me.
Sure.
There are lots of things that we put up here that all are part of the paleo diet. So walk people through what you typically would do when you guys are when you're eating paleo.
Sure, so this is how we recommend putting a plate together. It's not just meat, meat, meat. I recommend about a palm-sized serving of protein. So you can do this wild-caught salmon or pastured eggs or this grass-fed beef. And then you're really filling the rest of your plate with vegetables. So you can do some starchy vegetables like butternut squash or a baked potato. And then with some of the kind of leafy greens and more nutrient-dense vegetables, and add some fruit if you want, either to the meal or as a side. So we've got some peaches here, some apples, and then finally you're going to add some healthy fats.
So roughly, if I get this right, half your plate is vegetables.
Half your plate with vegetables, yeah, and it's a good mix of starchy stuff and some of the more nutrient-dense stuff.
And then how much of the fat do you put in there?
So for things like avocado, you could do between 1/4 and 1/2 of an avocado, or you could do a closed handful of nuts and seeds, or about a tablespoon or 2 of oil, like avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, or coconut oil for your cooking.
All right, so big myth, you have to eat only meat. People throw that criticism at the diet all the time. We've disproved that. There's 2 things that people also get wrong about the paleo diet. One of them is that calcium is a big issue. And they're always searching, how do I get calcium in a paleo diet? What do you think about that, Dallas?
Well, the thing with calcium is that we tend to fixate on how much we take in, how much we actually get into our diet, and that's not really the whole story. So really, in the context of a paleo diet that doesn't have additional inflammatory load, your body is better at actually storing the calcium in your bones where you actually take in, and you can get some of that from dark leafy greens and things like that.
And what about the criticism I often hear about lack of fiber?
Yeah, so actually this is a great source of fiber right here. All of the different vegetables you're gonna eat and fruit, and both soluble and insoluble fiber is really rich and plentiful when you're filling half your plate with vegetables and fruit.
All right, keep it on our top 7. Melinda in our audience has a question. Some confusion in your mind about paleo. Go ahead.
Hi. So I feel like there's a lot of rules for this diet. If I'm not going all in, is there any point in me trying it?
You don't have to do it all in. There's not an all or nothing, you don't get any benefit if you don't do it all in. So really what we say is, ideally, you jump in with both feet, do an introductory program like the Whole30, and then go on from there and figure out how to make it work for you long term in a very sustainable and balanced way.
And what about people who think they have to become shut-ins to go on the paleo diet? Come on back. I brought some menus here. Just throw it up there, Melissa.
Yeah,
if you were to walk into this restaurant, what would you order?
So we don't want you to become like a paleo hermit, afraid to go out and dine out, right? The first thing I would do is I would look at protein options, and I would choose a healthy protein. So the chicken, the skirt steak, the grilled salmon all look like really great options. You're going to want to take a look at your side dishes. Make sure that the potatoes, for example, aren't swimming in cream. And then if you want to add a salad, just take a look and make sure that you're not eating any sort of non-paleo foods like the goat cheese and the California bistro salad.
So when I see that, what do I do?
You would just say, I'd like the salad with no goat cheese. It's really quite that simple. If you don't make a big deal out of it, the waiter and the people at your table aren't going to make a big deal out of it.
All right. Number 5. What's the question? Come on up here. The question you get asked the most. I'm curious because you guys are filling these all the time.
Sure. I think the question we get asked the most is, how do I make this work with a busy schedule and a family? So what we say is, it just really requires some planning and preparation, and get the whole family involved. So involve the kids in meal planning.
All right, we go to Livia for our number 6 question. Where's Livia? Put your hand up, Livia. Let me see. There you are. Now, you've been on the paleo diet, I understand, for 3 years.
Yes, I
Is that
have.
right?
Yep.
All right. So how's it worked for you?
It works out well. I plan my meals on Sunday. I make it for the whole week. I always have go-to food like almonds, a slice of apples, so almond butter. I take a whole jar of almond butter with me in the car whenever I need.
A real fanatic.
Yeah, whenever I need something, I just go right to it. So planning for the whole week makes me stay right on track. And then in the morning I get up, I just pack my meal for the day, and then I don't come back till late. And that's it to me.
So there's another question that comes out of experiences like yours. It's number 6 on our countdown. It has to do with how much of some of the things you can eat. Take a look. When on the paleo diet, you should only eat 1 serving of fat at every meal. A serving of nuts the size of a small fist. A portion of nut butter no larger than a ping pong ball. A helping of avocado the size of an egg. And if you want coconut oil, no more than half a shot glass. And finally, number 7 on the countdown comes from Twitter. Cornelia posted this. She says, paleo is no carbs. There's no way for me, hashtag paleo problems. So, what do you think about that, Dallas?
Yeah, really what it comes down to is people will confuse carbohydrate as a factual food constituent with grain sort of products. So they talk about bread and pasta like no carbs, but really you're going to get some carbohydrate from the fruits and vegetables you're eating. You're just not eating the lower nutrient sources like bread and pasta.
Everything that you see behind me, that juicy burger, those French fries, even those muffins, are all paleo approved. Can you believe that? They look so tasty. Now, our countdown show continues with 6 simple ways to make your favorite American classics paleo friendly. I don't want you all getting too hungry. You start passing out on me. So actually starting with our first item today, zucchini chips. These are Melissa and Dallas's favorite little snacks. You guys want to taste them? Sure. See what you guys think about these things. Here's it. It's simple to make. Slice up the zucchini, 350 degrees. You bake them for about 25 minutes. Season them as you want. Put a little chili pepper on these babies. White pepper. What do you think? It's good. Yeah, not bad for snack. Here, pass that around there. Don't eat them all at once, by the way. Share. Sharing is very important. All right, we've taken care of item number 1. Number 2, we're going to do with Melissa and Dallas Hartwig, who are back with us. It is this paleo breakfast muffin. Why do you love this thing so much?
Because it's easy grab-and-go food, and it's a really nutrient-dense and protein-rich way to start your day.
How do you make them?
Well, so it starts, you just grab a couple eggs. You're gonna crack your eggs.
Is that how you crack an egg?
No, not
Give me this. Give me the eggs.
There,
oh my
you crack
goodness.
the egg.
Yeah, are you guys good egg crackers back there? Yes. Who's a good egg cracker?
I'll try.
You gonna try? Show them how to do it the right way. Oh my goodness, it's terrible. Here, give me an egg.
There's your egg.
This is how a surgeon cracks. Hold on for a second, Melissa. Do something useful. You can do 2 at once. Come on now. Oh, jeez. All right. So you got the eggs there.
Yeah. So I'm going to whip these really quick. I'm going to grab some mix of onions, tomatoes, and spinach. I'm going to throw it in. I'm going to stir it up, and it's literally going to go right into the egg, into the muffin pan.
Is he a good whisker, Melissa?
He's not a bad whisker.
Does he help at home
I'm actually
at
a professionally trained whisker.
all? Are you really?
Yeah.
Are you really a chef?
There's a certification.
No, I made it up.
Just whisking.
Whisking, just whisking. All right. So you make it up. It's pretty quick to make, I say.
Yep.
And then you dole it into these little muffin tins.
Yep. Goes right into the pan.
Is he sloppy like that? That's terrible. It's
Yeah,
just-
we both are. We're not neat kitchen people.
It's not part of the paleo program?
Not necessarily, which is the good news.
All right.
And away we go.
Perfect. Can I taste one?
Absolutely.
Let me see what these look like. They look pretty good.
They're good.
And you just eat them fresh. You can freeze them, I guess.
You can freeze them. They're also just as good cold as they are hot. So if you want to just grab something and you kind of need to run out to work,
We'll
they're
pass this out at
delicious.
the break. I don't want food in your mouth, but all right. For lunch, Dallason's taking us into the kitchen to show us how to make the ultimate paleo burger. Take a look.
Hey, Dr. Oz, I'm here to show you how to make a hamburger paleo just by modifying a couple easy ingredients. I've got some ground beef here, some eggs, some salt and pepper, and we'll talk about some fixings here in a second. I'm going to start making a patty. I actually like it without egg in it, and I'm just going to kind of form it into a nice patty size, get some salt, get some pepper, sprinkle it on. So So what I've done is I've cut off the inside of the portobello mushroom, made it nice and flat. I can take the burger, I can get it right in there just like I would with a bun. I can then grab some onion, some tomato, I can grab some bacon, I can put some lettuce on there if I want, and then what I have is portobello mushroom burger.
That was fast. And what do you normally serve the burger with?
So actually a really great way to serve a burger that's not that's gluten-free, that doesn't have any of the refined grains, actually to use a portobello mushroom as the bun, so you still have that same effect of like hands-on, kind of eating the burger. So what I've done here is I've put together a burger with some bacon, lettuce, tomato, pickles, onions, whatever your fixings are, and then I've sandwiched it between the 2 portobello mushrooms.
And do I get this also as part of this deal?
Yeah, so that's turnip fries, which kind of go along with that. So you
Turnip
get the whole,
fries?
Yes, you get the whole burger and fries effect.
Let me pass these around. Here. Don't get them stuck in your teeth. Looks really bad on television. All right. Now, there's some hearty meals that a lot of us do not associate at all with being on a paleo diet. And I got to say, both of these, we're going to talk about the meatballs in a second, seem like that. You don't think calories are important at all in losing weight?
Calories are something that are kind of misunderstood, and when you're eating really nutrient-dense food that has those built-in satiety signals that are protein and fat and micronutrients, you will naturally self-regulate how much you eat and not have to rely on mathematics to do it.
All right, dinner. These meatballs, I've been staring at them. They're close to me. They smell fantastic.
They do.
You've got a new little take on this, don't you?
Yeah, so spaghetti and meatballs is a very kind of traditional comfort meal, and you can still have that on a paleo diet. Plus, it's really kid-friendly. So what we've got here are meatballs made with ground beef. We've sprinkled a little bit of chopped bacon in there for flavor, and then I've got zucchini noodles, or what we call zoodles. So we can use a julienne peeler or a spiralizer, and you've got your kind of spaghetti base, but with a much more nutrient-dense profile.
Now, I want to see how you did it. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
We actually put her in the kitchen. Take a look. Melissa's making this classic dinner dish.
Hi, Dr. Oz. I'm here in the kitchen making bacon meatballs with zucchini noodles, or zoodles. So I'm going to start with some grass-fed ground beef, and then I've got some spices that I'm going to add to just kind of give it some delicious flavors. Then I'm going to add some tomato paste, and we'll break the egg in. And then finally, the secret ingredient, which is chopped bacon. So you can think of using it more like a seasoning and less like a main ingredient for your meal. And you're gonna place them on a foil-lined cookie sheet. So once I've made all my meatballs, I'm just gonna pop them in the oven. And now I'm gonna prepare my zucchini noodles. You can use a julienne peeler. As you peel the vegetable, it kind of takes noodle-like chunks out of the flesh. And then it's time to briefly saute them. Cooking them in a pan for about 3 to 4 minutes. The best way to tell if your zucchini noodles are done is just to taste one. Perfect. You want it crisp, tender, but not too soggy. I'm gonna transfer some to a plate. Okay, so I'm gonna take some meatballs, I'm gonna place them over my zucchini noodles. So I'm gonna do just a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. You could add some red chili pepper flakes. You could even garnish with your homemade tomato sauce or some pesto. Top with a little bit of freshly chopped parsley and serve.
Looks fabulous.
Yes.
Elegantly done.
Thank you.
Now, I gotta say, I understand now that I see these paleo dishes that I probably wouldn't cheat on them, but that is actually one of the biggest questions that we're trying to address today.
Yeah.
You don't think people would cheat eating this way?
So we don't like to phrase it in terms of cheating. You're not really cheating on anything, but people do experience fewer cravings on a paleo diet. So much about cravings, especially sugar cravings, is related to blood sugar volatility, those ups and downs.
Yep.
And because your blood sugar is so much better regulated on a paleo diet, people typically experience fewer cravings.
So not just the taste, it actually changes your hormones, so
It
you won't
does.
crave them quite the same way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys shouldn't beat yourselves up so much about the cravings. It really is your body telling you that something's going on inside that's not right. If you eat the right things, you'll help deal with the cravings.
If you eat the right things, and it will also change your taste. You'll be able to naturally appreciate the sweetness in things like fruit.
Finally, if that's not enough, we have a dessert here, which I'm told is to die for, but we're going to test it right here. This is your favorite paleo dessert.
Yes, so if you're having a dinner party or people over or some kind of an event and you want to prepare a dessert, these are coconut date balls. So it's nuts and seeds, some dates, rolled in some toasted coconut. They're really quick, they're really easy.
Take one, that gives the whole thing to you. They're not all yours. That's so awkward. Here, hand me that mic for a second. Here, you can have this. I'll trade you the mic for the coconut ball.
Ooh, that's a good deal.
Thank you.
What do you think?
And I think
Oh, she's so greedy, she doesn't eat it yet. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.